What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is JT on the reel coming back at you with another Call of Duty World War II gameplay. Hope you guys are enjoying your night, morning, day, afternoon, brunch, whatever you're doing right now. Just hope everybody's happy and enjoying it, getting along, having a good time. So today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about where I hope Call of Duty is going to go. A Call of Duty promotional video, make Call of Duty great again video, if you will. Now there has been tons of speculation on what COD 2018 is going to be. Some people think it's going to be Black Ops 4 set in the modern setting, maybe another Vietnam game, maybe going back to World War II, which I don't think would make much sense for them. I think that it would be a little bit of an overcorrection for them to go from making 3 jump pack games and then making 2 World War II games in a row. I think they could easily splice it up a little bit. I think I'd like to see something like a World War I maybe, although if they did that, obviously they would be being called out for copying Battlefield 1 again, even though I don't believe that they have copied Battlefield 1. I really don't believe that Call of Duty has ever really copied Battlefield, just because they're just so completely different games. Battlefield is more of a tactical shooter, and Call of Duty's always been more of an arcade style. It's just they're massively different in and themselves. There's no point in really saying one is like the other. Are there similarities? Sure, there's always going to be similarities in just about every stylization of a video game or a movie or a television show there is. They do take from each other. That's obvious, and I cannot believe I missed that sniper shot. And that one, that was horrible. But I don't think they directly have copied each other by any means. I believe that, especially because Call of Duty is now in a 3-year cycle. How would they have known that Battlefield was going to go to World War I? How would they have known that? That it's pretty. They'd have to have some pretty accurate psychics to know that Battlefield was going to go into World War I. And, by the time that Battlefield 1 was announced even, it was probably way too late in the game, into the development cycle of World War II to change. So, now, with all this in mind, I think that I would personally, even though I don't think it'll ever really happen, I think that Activision could do good with making maybe a Civil War Call of Duty. I think that it would work well in the story. I think that it would honestly probably have some decent gameplay. If you put the COD engine and brought it into the Civil War, I think that could actually be something really neat to play and see, using bolt action, flintlock weapons and stuff like that. It definitely would not be fast-paced at all. You could not make a fast-paced game out of that. I would probably even argue that Battlefield would probably be more likely to go into the Civil War era than Call of Duty is. But I don't know. That's just a thought, just an opinion. Another thing I think they could really do well with bringing it into the Vietnam era. I know that Vietnam has been done, but it's not been done a whole lot. There's the conflict games. I think they're called Conflict, or War Conflict, or something like that. Battlefield did have a Vietnam game, or it had a Vietnam era map pack on. I think it was on Battlefield Bad Company 2. And Call of Duty Black Ops 1, I suppose, it was somewhat in Vietnam, somewhat in the Cold War. But I think that if they completely focused on a Vietnam era shooter, it could actually really be something cool. But honestly, in my personal opinion, what I want more than anything is another modern day shooter. I don't like the fact that between Black Ops 2 and Call of Duty Ghosts, that is the closest thing that we have to a Modern Warfare 4, considering they're in the future, but they're not in the distant future. Black Ops 2 I think is in 2025, and Ghosts is not that much further in the future. I'd say Ghost is probably a little bit further than what Black Ops 2 is, but not nearly as far away as something like Advanced Warfare. I don't know. I just feel like a modern shooter would be great. I don't know if, because I think it would be different if you gave Treyarch the reins for a modern shooter. They would probably make it something more along the lines of a Black Ops game, you know, small scale squad based campaign, opposed to like in the Modern Warfare games. You know, I mean, there are some tactical, like kind of secret operation, you know, stuff like that. But in the end of it, it's still, you know, Jets still very much into the forefront of the battle. You know, Black Ops in the modern era could definitely be like the Black Ops. You know, it could be a secret op missions and you know, sneaking through, being very stealthy, and getting through, infiltrating behind enemy lines, and so on and so forth. Because I mean, that is the point of what Black Ops is. I cannot believe, like, they have nerfed the crap out of the combat shotgun lately, and I hate that. But I also love that because I love getting kills with it, but I hate getting killed by it. But anyway, so yeah, I believe that Treyarch is going to get the reins for a modern series. They definitely need to do it unlike Infinity Ward does, because if you're going to do a modern shooter, you can't do the same thing that the other development company that does the same series is doing. You have to make it interesting enough, because after that it's going to be Infinity Ward's turn, and I have a feeling they're probably going to do a Modern Warfare 4 or something. But anyway, that's my thoughts and opinions on it. I hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. I hope you guys enjoyed my little insight on what I hope the new Call of Duty game will be. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Let me know what you want it to be, and I will holler at you guys later.